How's it going, everyone? My name is Great Mate Nate, and today we'll be taking a look at the not-so-new Surface Dial from Microsoft. Now, this video is both an unboxing and a review, so timestamps are in the description. This unboxing portion is brought to you by Lone Star Overnight and their wonderful packaging. That aside, the box of the dial itself is really cool. I'll go as far as to say it's better than Apple's packaging. The decals, placement of logos, font, it all matches up perfectly. Opening the box reveals the Surface Dial itself, exactly mimicking what Apple does by having the device front and center, while the extra is stored underneath, creating a clean and welcoming look. Going back to the rear of the box shows us that it comes pre-installed with the 2 AAA battery that it needs. And these aren't just some random brand that will last about a month, they're Duracell, a very respectable brand. A very nice detail that helps you cope with the $100 price tag. Lastly, the box contains the dial, a manual, and a piece of paper that tells you not to eat the darn thing. For the review, let's start with the design. It is phenomenal. I cannot stress that enough. It's what really struck me the first time I saw it. The choice of not including a marking on the top like a traditional dial is what creates the modern feeling that the Surface Dial gives off. Somehow it is eye-catching, yet stays out of the way when work needs to be done. As for the people that call it just a hockey puck, I suggest looking online for similar devices. Yikes. The exact same can be said for the build quality. What I believe brushed metal gives it a paper-like feeling, and the magnet holding the bottom on, it's a stroke of genius. It really passes the dial off as a premium device. The only downside for me was the haptic motor. It is just not great. Do take that with a pinch of salt, as I have not used many devices with haptic feedback. Getting on to what most people came for, let's discuss usability. To be honest, if you're thinking about picking one up, then you most likely are in the field of creating. Whether that is Photoshop, graphic design, video editing, it doesn't matter. It will in some way help your productivity. What really frightened me the first time that I used this was the apparent lack of programmability. There is only 6 default tool slots, and I thought, well, that was it. And, well, that does not justify the $100 price tag. If you actually look down here in the app tools, it says create your own tools for a specific app. You can actually choose an app from within your computer's file explorer and program specific keybinds to the wheel in which it will trigger in the program when you have it launched. For example, I use the editing software known as HitFilm Express, and as you can see in the footage in front of you, it has currently some programmed keybinds such as scrolling, timeline zoom, and scrubbing, which are very helpful, I will say, for video editing. Do these work all the time? No, not really, and I really suggest picking up a supported program from Microsoft's list, which I believe the only editing software on there is the one by Adobe, and unfortunately, most people just don't have the money to dish out for a premium service like that. And does it work seamlessly 100% of the time, every day, every year, all the time? No, it doesn't, but it is a nice peace of mind knowing that you at least have the expandability for something like a third-party editing software. I do as well use Paint 3D, which is basically a Windows 10 version of Microsoft Paint, to create my thumbnails, and that is a part of Microsoft's supported programs, which has built-in usability with the dial itself. You don't have to program it yourself, it's already in there with its own icons and everything. Now let's move on to the price. Oof is what your wallet is going to be saying, because it comes in at a whopping 100 USD, and of course that's only if you buy it directly from Microsoft. You can find these things at Best Buy for around $80 and even on Amazon for $70, and I've even looked on other websites for as low as $50. So please make sure you're not spending over $90 on one of these. It's truly not worth it. But if you're able to find one on sale, at a discount, or something of that nature, then please absolutely do pick it up. While to some people it might be a novelty, if you're in that specific niche that is really looking for something like this, then I suggest to absolutely go out and grab one of these. Because, well, for one, they're fun to play with, and for two, there are people out there that can make this really work. Now for the Summery. While it is considered a relative novelty item, the fact that it's really easy to set up and use, has amazing build quality, and really good software implementation really puts off that idea. As for the flip side, it does come at a pretty hefty cost of around $70 to $100. And there aren't that many companies that are pre-programming their software that will allow the wheel to flourish. You have to go in and do it yourself, and it's not always buttery smooth. In total, I give the Microsoft Surface Dial 8 stars out of 10. The reason that this is considered, well, to me, really high is just on the build quality, unboxing experience, and design of this thing. It is, like I said in the beginning, phenomenal, and I can't get over that, and I probably never will. As for the 2 stars that are missing, that goes completely to the fact that companies will not program their software to use the dial in the way that it was meant to. No matter how hard Microsoft pushes it, it's just going to fade slowly into the darkness. But this is completely ignoring the fact that you can program your own macros to it, which I will have a tutorial up and running in hopefully a little while. And it will show you everything you need to know about how to program the dial itself. So yeah, that was my first tech video. Can you believe it? Neither can I. Some of this was scripted and some of it wasn't. So please give me all the feedback that you can, as I'm actively reading comments and listening to my users. Alright, thank you for watching, and of course, make sure to tune in next time.